Hey there, welcome to Learn Guitar with Drew. Today we're going to take a look at this classic Tracy Chapman song, Give Me One Reason to Stay Here. First, we're going to learn how to play the song. Then we're going to take a look at the theory behind the chord changes. This one is really neat, has some pretty cool stuff going on with the blues changes. And finally, we're going to take a look at some strategies of how to play some solos over top of this piece of music. But first, thank you so much for checking out the video. All right, so let's take a look at the chords of the song. First, we have this F-sharp 7 chord, and then B7, and finally C-sharp 7. That's it, just 3 chords in the song. Like a standard blues song, a lot of times there's just 3 chords. This one, and this one. So in that sense, it's pretty simple. So what's going on here, this entire piece of music has syncopation. We're going to hit the and of 2 really hard each time. So it's 1 and 2 and 4. So the first measure sounds like this. 1, 2, and. Now you can strum it if you want to, where I'm doing hybrid picking fingers together. Whatever you want to do, either way will work for sure. The next measure, we're going to change on the and of 2. So it's this B chord to C-sharp 7, sounds like this. 1, 2, and. So 2 measures together. And then measures 3 and 4, back to F-sharp 7 again. That's the first 4 measures. Now it's going to go to the 4 chord, which is the B, and do that for a measure. And then the second measure of this little section, which is measure 6, it's going to shift on the end of 2 again. And back to the 1 chord. So that part looks like this. So now the first 8 measures together. Measure 9 is going to be the 5 chord. Then it goes back to the 4 chord for measure 10. And then back to 1. And 1 again. So it's a 12-bar blues. A really cool cycle going on. Let's take a look at the cycle of the chord changes in 1 second. Let me play this really slowly for you again. And once we learn how to play it, then we'll take a look at what's going on theoretically. It's really neat. Okay, so what's happening with the chord changes is this. It starts on the 1 chord, goes to 4, goes to 5, back to 1. Then it does the same cycle starting on the 4 chord. And then the next part starts on 5. Back to 4. And then to 1. So as you can see, there's a cycle happening. This, and then this, and then this. That is so cool. Really, really neat, a unique kind of turnaround happening there. a unique kind of take on the blues changes in general. I think this is a really cool, well-written song. It's so simple, but it's so catchy. If you're enjoying today's lesson on how to play Give Me One Reason to Stay Here, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications for the next time I upload a song video like this one. Now, the first thing we're going to take a look at is the blues scale. If you play pure pentatonic scale, in F sharp, it's not going to sound so great over top of this dominant seventh chord. There's a video right here on the channel on how to approach playing of our dominant seventh chord with something I call the negotiable third. I've seen it called the neutral third as well. There's a whole entire kind of lesson on how this concept works. So let's get to that in a second. The blues scale first. What we're going to do is add the flat 5 into our pentatonic scale. So do that very slowly. That sounds like this. Not exactly the greatest way to approach this, but it's certainly better than just the pentatonic scale. You can play the pentatonic scale, by the way, of course, across all 5 positions. If you haven't learned that, you should definitely figure out how to play that across the whole guitar. So the next concept I was saying about this negotiable third, this neutral third thing, is we're going to kind of do the Chuck Berry approach. That's what I call it, like sort of like Johnny Be Good. If we play the dominant seventh chord here on these 3 strings, I'm going to kind of do that and mix that with pentatonic scale. I get this. So there's a ton of really famous guitar riffs that do this. Like I Know a Little, Leonard Skinner's song of Johnny Be Good, I mentioned that. So many songs do this sort of slidey thing of Day Tripper. Same idea as a minor third than a major third. So I'll show you how that sounds over top of this chord. Okay, so it's a good place to start. It's not exactly like conclusive, but that'll give you some ammunition of how to approach this song. The 4 chord and the 5 chord have some other complicated approaches to them as well. But oh yeah, and by the way, you can do the same thing on the 4 chord or the 5 chord as well. There's B7 here, C sharp 7 here. So I could go like, so that'll work as well. All right, so I'll play over top of this a bit and we'll see what it sounds like. All right, thank you so much for checking out today's lesson on how to play Give Me One Reason to Stay Here. That is a super fun song to play. Hope you enjoy it. I'll see you at the next lesson.